crews, when they come around this time, we want everybody on their feet. Wave whatever you have. Your hat, your next door neighbor, whatever is near you. Show these drivers how much you appreciate their skill and their talent. Let's give these guys a rousing send-off.
These are the stars and cars of the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour, and certainly a very special view here at Thompson. They'll be back 3 more times in 2019, but to set the scene in this one, always the big one, the icebreaker of 2019 here at Thompson.
So the drama is ready to unfold. You see 28 of the best drivers in the Northeast ready to duke it out for 150 laps. And at the end, only one will be icebreaker champion. So as they go into turn number 3, we have been happy to have this voice with us all weekend long, Pete Falcone.
Pace car is off, peels onto pit road. Bob Slade, the starter, looks over the field as they make their way out of turn 4, and the green flag goes in the air. The icebreaker Whelen Modified Tour race is underway.
And Doug Colby gets a jump on Bonsignor. Bonsignor has some company at the front. Look at Pastriak in car number 75. He's already up to the top 3.
Yeah, he's got a good run going up there on the outside. Just barely gets touched as Kyle Bonsignor skids all over the racetrack there in the 4th turn, gathers it back up. Pastriak's able to get away from him and hook on to Bonsignor for the 3rd spot.
Kyle Bonsignor drops back. It is Meyer in the number 4 position. Justin Bonsignor in 2nd. Some double file action deeper in the field. Ronnie Silk losing some ground. DeSello able to get by him on the outside.
Leader is Doug Colby, and he's got it by 5 car lengths on the backstretch over Justin Bonsignor. Pastriak is 3rd. Bert Myers is 4th as they race off that 4th turn and down across the stripe to complete 3 laps.
Trying to make a move. That is Patrick Everling in the 07. He is inside Kyle Bonsignor, and he picks up in the position. A pretty good slingshot move by Everling.
Give a call to Kyle Benjamin in the number 15, who's also got a good run going as well as he makes his way across the stripe.
John McKennedy tried to stick it underneath Woody Pipcat. It didn't work. He faded backwards and now has to worry about Timmy Salamito. Salamito is currently running 15th.
Here's a move by the number 3 of Matt Swanson, working the bottom of Rob Summers out of turn 4, makes the pass and picks up the spot right behind the 22 of Bonsignor.
Boy, that was a pretty daring move by Swanson, but he moves up into 8th place. Right behind him is Summers. Up at the front, Doug Colby. You remember, you get 1 point for leading a lap. You get 1 point for leading the post laps. And Colby wants to stockpile those points. Meyer in 4th, 1 notch ahead, or 1 notch behind Pastriak. A little deeper in the field, we see that a car driven by Blewett trying to make a move as it approaches the back bumper of Klaus.
And just in front of him, the 7th of the number 7 made his way around McKennedy, got around Timmy Salamito. Salamito, the back end of that car just kind of washed out on him a little bit, and that was able McKennedy to make the move and pick up a spot outside the top 10, but still trying to make a punch towards the front.
Calvin Carroll with a good side-by-side battle against Klaus, so we'll see if he can pick up a spot. That is Blake Barney in car number 41. Timmy Cataldo is behind them. And up at the front, Colby stretching out his lead to about a furlong over Justin Bonsignor. Still some heated action a little deeper. Ronnie Silk battling with Rob Summers. And Silk heading into turn number 3. Let's see if he has enough go power to get underneath Summers.
Yeah, they are side by side, just barely touched through that 3rd and 4th turn. Silk trying to put the moves on Summers as again he continues to work the inside just ahead of him, making a pass down on the bottom, getting around the 92 on Nocella. Greg Lutz picks up a spot around Nocella. Now Silk is able to clear Rob Summers, and he picks up that spot.
Well, making it look easy was the Lutz tracker as he got underneath. Matt Swanson. Now, Summers loses another position as getting by him is Dave Sapienza in car number 36. Nothing has changed at the front of the field. It is still Doug Colby, but there is some intense action a little deeper. And Nisella tries to shake free from the Salamito. That is Goodale. He is right there with Calvin Carroll. So very close racing from about 8th place on back.
And just in front of that is Matt Swanson, all over the back of Kyle Bonsignor trying to make the pass. Hooks to the bottom on the backstretch as they race down into turn 3. That's Swanson on the back bumper of Bonsignor. He'll do it again. Tucks it way down low out of turn number 4. And races side by side with him into 3, makes the pass, and slides right back up in front of him. While the door's open, Greg Lutz will take a look at it.
Down that's a pretty big door.
Yeah, trying to make that pass on Kyle Bonsignor, and does.
He does. As Bonsignor went high in the corner, and it cost him a couple of positions. Silk doing his best to hold off Nisella. That is a battle for 10th place. So Ronnie Silk has that. You get the feeling Matt Swanson, the race really hasn't started for him yet. He likes to wait until the end, but he is doing a pretty good job running in the top 7.
Leaders have set a torrid pace as Doug Colby has gotten out to a comfortable lead, but Justin Bonsignor keeping him honest because he is only about 4.5 car lengths back, and those two have driven away from the 3rd place runner, Chris Pastriak, in the 75.
Patrick Emmerling ready to go to work in car number 07 as he is on the attack mode. So he is trying to get by Kyle Benjamin in that number 15 car. Has some good bite coming out of turn number 4, but not enough bite to gobble up Benjamin. And somewhere out there is Doug Colby with an impressive lead over Bonsignor by about the lead of a school bus. Now Emmerling going to work, Benjamin in the 15, and once again he came close, but Benjamin just had too much authority coming off the corner.
Yeah, but Emmerling is hanging right there, waiting for maybe a slight misstep from Benjamin and an opportunity to drive underneath him. He'll try it again going into turn 3. And thinks better of that, pulls right up on the back bumper of Benjamin. That battle continues as they go across the stripe. And while they fight each other, Matt Swanson is closing right in on them, and he's bringing Greg Lutz with him.
Yeah, Lutz has become a factor again. He is 8th, Swanson in 7th place. And Emmerling is not giving up, but he just doesn't have enough giddy up to get by Benjamin. Matt Swanson, his normal smooth run. In 10th place, Anthony Nisella. And here comes Woody Blipcat in the area in the orange number 82 car. He has some stamina coming down the backstretch. Look at the tomahawk. Woody Blipcat trying to get under Nisella. He came out of nowhere to make that battle interesting, and he just came a half a car length short.
And they've got some good cars behind him, too, as John McKennedy in the number 7 starts to close in on that battle. Meanwhile, in front of them is Patrick Emmerling. Putting the moves on Kyle Benjamin. Yeah, and he makes the pass on the inside while the door's open. Here comes Matt Swanson in the number 3, about to drive underneath Benjamin as well. Caution flag is out. Trouble up in the 3rd and 4th turn.
And Rob Summers is pinned up against the wall in the middle of the corner. Calvin Carroll was one of the cars involved. But Rob Summers has brought out the first caution on lap number 23. And he is trying to move the car off the high bank over as crew chief. And he has helped Jimmy get a pair of 3rd place finishes. So it is Doug Colby, the leader, and he has picked the outside in which to restart, something that he always does. And I think the feel-good story of this race so far has been the performance of Chris Pastriak, running 3rd. We get ready to restart the race. It'll be lap 30 when we go back to green.
And that green is in the air. Colby and Bonsignor side by side down into turn 1, but Bonsignor will tuck it up behind Colby to race with him through the first and second turn. Burt Myers gets a great run out of turn 2, drives around the outside of Chris Pastriak to take the third spot.
He uses the outside advantage to get by the 75 car. Now working on the outside, that is Kyle Benjamin. And Benjamin, he is able to blockbuster his way around Everwing. And Kyle Benjamin is in the top 5.
Yeah, Benjamin had been slipping just a little bit before that caution flag came out, but enough time to cool the tires, and he's back with his strong run. He'll follow Chris Pastriak around, and Benjamin will round out the top 5.
And Matt Swanson tried to make something happen on the bottom. He couldn't. Let's see if Woody Pitcat can, as he is dead even with McKennedy as they approach turn number 3. So Woody Pitcat taking a gamble on the inside groove, and he is embroidered on the fire suit of McKennedy as they go into the second corner.
And Pitcat's going to get stuck down there for a while because he's got a couple of more cars up on that outside groove. Dave Sapienza right on the back bumper of McKennedy, so there'll be no chance for Woody to get up in front of any of those cars and get back in the top line, so he's hanging tough on the bottom, side by side with McKennedy.
Well, Matt Swanson just made a slick move to get back on the outside groove. So right now, Matt Swanson is 10th. Andrew Kraus trying to make something happen on the bottom. Getting halfway underneath McKennedy. The number 24 car right behind him is Jimmy Blewett. It didn't take Blewett long to get back into prominence.
Yeah, Blewett after that pit stop, he's rocketing back to the front. Look at him walk right by John McKennedy on the backstretch as he just dove underneath him and makes the pass going into turn 3. He'll slide up in front of him as they come out of turn 4 to pick up that spot. McKennedy, not the kind of run he was hoping for this afternoon.
DeSella got a little loose as Silk got underneath him in turn 4, but he's able to make a pretty good recovery. Anthony DeSella in 8th place. Our leader, Doug Colby, a forearm shiver to the back bumper of the 92 car, administered by Ron Silk. So some Woody Woodpecker action there. But the feathers are not ruffled for Anthony DeSella. Look at Silk go underneath with a dive bomb move.
Yeah, Silk tried to make that move but couldn't make it stick. And DeSella races right back. He'll try it again here in turn 3. Just enough, but does not clear him. Now he does. Boy, he needed a little extra boost in the middle of the turn to clear him and get up in front of him. So Silk picks up another spot.
Now complimenting batters. Here's Woody Pitcat down low against DeSella. Kraus is right behind him. Woody has run quite a few laps on the bottom groove as he pushes DeSella up, trying to make some room for himself. That time the door was open because Woody Pitcat banged it down.
Boy, that is a traffic jam right there. Pitcat, DeSella, Kraus, Blewett, and Matt Swanson all running together as they head down into turn 3.
Jimmy Blewett must have made some pretty good adjustments on that car. I think Strasburgova had a magic wand instead of an ear wrench. Here comes Blewett underneath DeSella. He picks up the position and is taking Matt Swanson with him.
Yes, Swanson gains another spot as he gets around DeSella and will follow Jimmy Blewett along as they've got some ground to make up if they're going to get to the front because the leaders once again have checked out in the names of Doug Colby and Justin Bonsignor. Pretty much the same distance between them as there was before the caution flag, but they are almost a half a straightaway ahead of Burt Myers, who runs in the 3rd spot.
As they are leading by the length of a cow pasture over the number 3 car, Burt Myers, making things happen. Woody Pitcat back end almost wiggled on him. Andrew Kraus right behind him. Then we have Blewett, followed by Swanson and DeSella. So the intensity is about 8th place on back, and that's where the hard-nosed racing is happening. And there is Kraus trying to go underneath Pitcat, and he was denied.
Ronnie Silk on the backstretch, trying to make something happen down on the inside again. He'll look to the bottom as they race side by side. Greg Lutz doing a great job of holding him off, but Silk is pounding his way in there and finally does make the pass and is able to slide up in front of him. So pick up another spot for Ron Silk.
Yeah, he was able to barnstorm his way underneath the 46 car. A pretty nifty move by Ron Silk. Kraus trying to make the same move against Pitcat. That is for 10th place. So Kraus trying to get into the top 10. But Woody Pitcat has the veto power.
Yeah, Pitcat's able to pull him down the straightaway, and Kraus will just follow him into turn number 3. Right behind them, Jimmy Blewett and Matt Swanson also looking to advance.
Now remember, Eric Goodale made a pit stop, changed some rubber, and he got very easily by Anthony Nacella. Trying to do the same thing, Dave Sapienza in car number 36. Also a man on a mission is Sammy Ramo, currently running 18th in our 28-car field. But right now, nobody has had a clue of how to stop Doug Colby.
Yeah, Colby continues his fierce pace coming out of turn 4 right now, and Bonsignor has kept the same distance as both of them, as we mentioned before, have pulled away from the rest of the field. Bonsignor, we can't say stays within striking distance because he's a good 6, maybe even 7 car lengths back, but at least he's not letting Colby get totally away.
And Colby a little faster, but not much. On the last lap, he was just 4/100ths of a second faster than Bonsignor. So right now, those cars are running pretty equally. Ken Hagee, he is the target, a sitting duck. Colby goes by him. Now here is Bonsignor, and Bonsignor is going to firecracker his way past the number 18 car of Hagee. So it is Doug Colby who has led every step of the way so far. 1/3 of the race has been completed. A little deeper in the field, we see Everling. He has to pay attention to Ron Selk in car number 85. Craig Lutz is behind them. So it is Everling in 6th place, and that position could be in jeopardy in the next few laps.
Yeah, Ron Selk has really picked up the pace here several laps after that restart. Got around a number of cars to get to the position that he is right now, and right up on the back bumper of Patrick Emmerling. That's a good battle. Emmerling protects the bottom through the third and fourth turn, and Silk just can't find the running room to get up beside him.
Power move, Jimmy Blewett getting underneath Pitcat. So Blewett climbs into the number 9 position, and that was vintage showtime right there, as he was able to cannonball his way underneath Pitcat. Ken Hagee is on pit roll. Here comes Colby. He has to navigate his way around J.B. Thornton, and he does. But Bonsignor has used that to his advantage. He is caught up. So Colby with a little difficulty getting by Thornton, and Bonsignor trying to cash in.
Yeah, Bonsignor took real advantage of that, as Colby had to hesitate just a second to get around that lap car. But just like that, Colby's able to drive away and open it up by 4 car lengths once again.
And a good job of threading the needle by Burt Meyer. There were lap traffic in front of him as Cole goes sideways, but Meyer goes by him. And as they gangbuster their way into the second corner, Chris Pastriak is there in the gap that separates him from Meyer.
Yeah, that's turning out to be a good battle for third. Meyer had gotten around Pastriak on the restart. Now Pastriak trying to come back, as he's within a length of Meyer in the race for that position. All by himself is Kyle Benjamin. Benjamin running in the 5th spot. And Ron Silk starts to pull away from Craig Lutz.
And Jimmy Blewett starting to lean on the back bumper of the Patrick Emmerling car. Showtime. They made one adjustment. They will make another pit stop for tires. But right now, trying to blow by that number 07, Jimmy Blewett. And Emmerling is holding him off for the time being. But Blewett, he might see a little daylight on the bottom groove, and he will try to take that to the cash register.
Yeah, right there on the back bumper of Patrick Emmerling. They've got a lap car down on the bottom. The 45 Timmy Catalano in the way, so that Blewett can't make the move then, but now he's looking for it out of turn 2.
And it looks like he might have it, as they are able to rumble their way into the third corner, and Jimmy Blewett is now in 8th place. So he has come from the rear of the field to be in the top 8. Best battle was between Meyer and Pastriak, and now Meyer with a little bit of breathing room. But Pastriak, he was close enough to wipe the sweat off his brow. Doing a great job in car number 75, looking for his 3rd consecutive top 10 finish.
He was there a little while ago, but we see that 75 kind of wash up the racetrack a little bit when he's in the turn, and when he does that, he loses ground on Meyer. So that could be an issue as far as the handling goes on that number 75, though he still remains about 3 car lengths on 4 behind him.
And Bonsignor continues to put the pressure on Doug Colby. Now, double file lap cars in front of Colby. This could be hair raising, as Colby had nowhere to go momentarily. Now Melissa Fifield drops down, and he gets by her, and he gets by Carroll. But that was a little difficult, probably more difficult than it needed to be for Doug Colby.
Yeah, Colby had to wait a second before he could get back in the throttle coming out of the turn because those lap cars were side by side. But once Carroll cleared Fifield, then Colby just rocketed on by.
Here is Pasternak. Almost got close enough to shake hands with Burt Myers. He is close enough to do chin-ups on the spoiler of that number 1 car, but not close enough to get by. Here is Blewett. And Blewett makes another power move as to get by a lap car. The man in front of him is Craig Lutz, running 7th. So Jimmy Blewett, one of the fastest bullets in the chamber since he made that pit stop on lap number 23.
The leaders are going to run into some fairly heavy traffic here in a couple of laps, even though we're talking about the 19th spot, 18th, 19th, is the cars that they'll be putting down a lap. Rob Summers has gotten back out there after some repairs behind the wall, but he's in danger of going yet another lap down as Colby starts to close on him. But there will be some tough traffic to cut through here within the next few laps.
Yeah, Rob Summers is 45 laps down. So that or 25 laps down. So that is still a lot to make up. Here comes Wood on the back stretch, but he still trails Craig Lutz by a considerable margin. Up at the front, Doug Colby gets by Summers. Now he will be attacking the 18 of Hagee. 67 laps have been completed, so we are approaching the halfway point of this race. And only 1 caution flag. And we are getting to the point of the race, Pete, where the next caution flag, maybe all of the front runners will be coming in.
Well, we got a pretty good battle just inside the top 10. Woody Pitkat, Patrick Emmerling, and Matt Swanson. They've been mixing it up. Now they've gone nose to tail as they race down the backstretch. Pitkat and Emmerling were side by side, and Matt Swanson was trying to make some sort of a move out of that. Now they'll go to work on Emmerling, looking to the bottom of the racetrack, but can't make the pass that time around. And again, just inside the top 10.
And now Swanson goes to the outside. He changes his compass, goes from inside to outside, and he still can't get by Emmerling. You wonder how much tire that Swanson has left, because he spent a lot of time on the inside groove, and usually the more you run on the bottom, the more risk you take of burning up your tires. Pasternak, he won't let Burt Meyer relax, as he is all over him like dimples on a golf ball as they head into the second turn. What a job by Pasternak today to hang tough with Burt Myers.
Well, Doug Colby's gotten into that traffic that we talked about. He put some distance between himself and Justin Bonsignor, probably in anticipation of having to pick his way through the back markers, and now he's doing that. They got around to Melissa Fifield again, and Colby is closing on Blake Barney, the number 14. Barney currently running in the 21st position, so Colby now putting some of the cars in the top 20 down a lap. And he's got to work his way through because Barney is out there competing for position, and Colby's closing on him fast.
Yeah, Barney is on the back bumper of the Tommy Catalano car. Also in that battle is Timmy Solomito in the 16. As Solomito, we have yet to see the Timmy Solomito that we used to know. Going up to the high side is Colby, and he is able to buzzsaw his way around the 14 car. Now he napalms his way around Catalano. Now does Bonsignor have the same luck? It looks like he might be bogged down behind the 14 of Barney.
Well, respect for those leaders as they're trying to get out of the way anyway. Bonsignor has decided to try the inside of Blake Barney. the now lap car, as Barney had pulled up alongside Catalano to battle with him and finally get out of the way because he knew that the second place car was coming.
Now Justin Bonsignor has enough confidence in his pit crew. If he can stay close enough to Colby, he thinks maybe he can beat him off pit road when the next yellow comes out. We're in the second half of the race. Colby has led every step of the way so far. Now a buffer, Timmy Salamito, down a lap between Colby and Bonsignor. Now what about the battle between Meyer and Pastriak? It has been the same. A little bit of an edge for Myers, but not enough that he can relax. In the number 5 position, Kyle Benjamin. Ronnie Silk right behind him in the 85 for 6. Lutz 7, Blue with 8. Kit Kat 9. Patrick Emmerling is 10th.
Right behind him is Matt Swanson. Swanson's been hounding him for a number of laps, trying to break into the top 10 in that number 3. Those three have been running together and duking it out for several laps in a row.
Here comes Craig Lutz getting close to the 85 of Ron Silk. Remember, Silk got by him about 10 laps ago, and now Lutz will be trying to pay him back, but it is Silk by the length of a popsicle stick over Craig Lutz. And Meyer has a car in front of him, J.B. Fortin. That could slow him down a little, but Meyer is able to handle it. Pastriak had a little room on the inside, but couldn't get there fast enough to take advantage of it.
Pretty good battle going down into turn 1. It's Patrick Emmerling working the bottom of Woody Pitcat. They're coming up on lap traffic. Let's see if that plays a part. And Emmerling is able to squeeze between the lap car and still keep his nose underneath Woody Pitcat. Matt Swanson is right there waiting for something to happen as well. Emmerling again still tries the bottom of Woody Pitcat but can't make the pass.
Well, that was a pretty good move by Emmerling as he got under Timmy Salamito. Coming for Andrew Kraus. As that car is limping into turn number 1, we are on lap number 82. We'll see what Kraus can do.
Yeah, heavy smoke off the back of that car, too. Hopefully he's not putting down any fluid. He is at speed, however, and is going to make his way onto pit road. So whatever it is, it's not enough to shut the engine off, and he's able to make it back onto pit road, and we stay green.
Sometimes where there's smoke, there's liquid, but apparently that isn't the case, so we stay under green. Kraus has had to make some good moves today, but not enough of them. Now it is Kyle Bonsignor who has lost a lap as Colby's gotten by him. Justin Bonsignor, he has Nacella in front of him, John McKennedy behind him. Neither one of those cars are on the lead lap as we have 15 cars on the lead lap. The last car on the lead lap is
should be Dave Sapienza.
Yeah, Sapienza, the last car on the lead lap.
And Colby's got almost a half a straightaway to catch him. Bonsignor had his hands full getting around John McKennedy and Anthony Nocella to put them a lap behind. So he's lost a lot of ground on Colby.
And Justin Bonsignor is no longer within striking distance of that number 2 car. We look a little deeper, it is still Meyer with the edge over Pastriak. Then it is Kyle Benjamin, and Lutz is gotten by Ronnie Silk. So Craig Lutz is now a top 6 car. Silk is 7th. Jimmy Blewett has been 8th for a while. Then it's Pitcat, and rounding out the top 10, Patrick Emmerling. Let's check out the 2 of Colby. Right now, there is nobody around him, and that will make Doug pretty happy.
Yeah, that best race on the track right now is 9th, 10th, 11th, Woody Pitcat, Patrick Emmerling, and the 3 of Matt Swanson. They have all been running together and running hard as they head off the second turn and down the backstretch. Emmerling had tried a couple of times to get underneath Pitcat, couldn't make it work. Now they're going to pick their way through some of those lap cars as they work out of turn 4.
Wonder if Pastriak is getting a little frustrated because he is close enough to carve his initials in the back bumper of the Burt Meyer car, but he cannot get by him, and he has tried for about the last 50 laps. Woody Pitcat has some breathing room between himself and Emmerling. Matt Swanson has been in 11th the last few laps, and Sammy Ramo, one of the three rookies in the field, has moved up to 12th, and he might have something for Swanson as they head into the third corner.
91 laps complete. Doug Colby has led it from the beginning, and he's got his most healthy lead of the afternoon right now as he makes his way out of turn 4 to click off 92 laps and on his way to put Dave Sapienza down a lap.
And Melissa Fifield is on pit road. We have gone 59 laps without a caution. The only one in the race coming on lap number 23. Eric Goodale, remember he made a pit stop, made at least one tire change, but he is having a hard time getting by Ramo as he is able to thunder his way on the inside. Lux continues to be 6th, and he's pulling away from Ronnie Silk. It took him a long time to get past him, but once he did, he has been able to dominate that number 85 car.
That race for third is heated up a little bit. Chris Pastriak, as you mentioned, could almost carve his initials in Bert Meyer's back bumper.
You like that line?
Yeah, that's a good one. And he stays right with him as they race through the first and second turn. He actually took a look a lap and a half ago and thought that he might be able to stick the nose underneath, but just didn't have enough. There he is again with a run right up on the back of Myers, but cannot make the pass.
Yeah, it looks like Pastriak is pretty good in turn number 3. Maybe even better in turn number 1 as he makes the bottom shot move against Meyer, but once again, it is not strong enough. Doug Colby, joyride time. He could have a picnic basket in that car, start eating the fried chicken because he has a sizable lead over Bonsignor. We are approaching the 2/3 mark to go in this race. Matt Swanson looking to make something happen against Emmerling, but he is stymied there. Woody Pitcat ahead of Emmerling in the orange number 82. So it is Colby, and he hasn't been approaching any lap traffic lately, but right now he is getting ready to figure out a way to get by Calvin Carroll.
This is a great race for third as they cross the stripe. A couple of times in the last couple of laps, Pastriak has taken a look down underneath Myers and just can't make it count.
And there's the yellow coming on lap number 99. Dave Barabald is ready for a report.
Exactly the case, Matt. I just talked to Phil man over the pit hose on pit road. Pit violation for Doug Colby.
I remember the last prominent driver to run over an air hose, and it cost him a big race. Dale Earnhardt in the 1990 Daytona 500, and Derek Cope went on to win. Right now, Ronnie Silk, he has the inside groove. Kyle Bonsignor, or Justin Bonsignor, has elected to go on the outside. Here comes Bonsignor. And Bonsignor has some firepower as he is able to blur his way into the lead for the first time today.
Yeah, first time with a new leader, and a tough break for Kyle. Yeah, Benjamin gets pushed way up the racetrack there in the first and second turn and is drop kicked back several spots. So tough break for him as he had a top 10 run going. Justin Bonsignor, the new leader. Silk is second. Eric Goodale runs third. And Chris Pastriak in the fourth spot.
Yeah, Eric Goodale was able to get by Pastriak to infiltrate the top 3. Jimmy Blewett making contact with Lutz. Can Lutz save it? A miraculous job by Lutz as he got body slammed by Blewett, and he lives to tell about it.
They're all jockeying for position here late in the race, 112 laps complete. Justin Bonsignor has got the lead, and it's by 4 car lengths over Ron Silk as they race down into turn 1.
Lutz going underneath Meyer. They come together. Meyer goes up to the ozone in turn number 2, and Lutz gets a spot. He is in the top 6.
He's been on a tear since the green flag came down.
And the car almost got torn up, too.
And Patrick Emmerling now taking a look down underneath Chris Pastriak as they race through the first and second turn. That's the battle for the fourth spot. Pastriak's able to pull him out of turn 2 and lead him down the backstretch.
Now Goodale trying to get close enough to Ron Silk to make a move. And he is unable to do it. There is a plethora of cars behind Woody Pitcock. Swanson is there. Kyle Bonsignor is there. Remember, he is a lap down, as well as the 16 of Solomito. But right now, Justin Bonsignor looks good. He is looking for his 5th consecutive Thompson victory.
Yeah, and he was been good all afternoon. Probably not as good as Doug Kobe, but catches a break here when Kobe gets a pit penalty and is able to restart in the lead and has opened that lead up now to about 6 car lengths on the backstretch over Ronnie Silk.
Still contact between Emmerling and Pastriak. As Emmerling tried to open up a spot, was unsuccessful. Pete, who do you think the fastest car on the track is right now?
Well, it's got to be Justin Bonsignor with the way that he's leading, but then again, Doug Kobe probably is turning some pretty fast laps, trying to make up some ground.
But the fastest laps, Craig Lutz in the 46. So he is the fastest bullet in the chamber right now, looking to go underneath Pastriak. Emmerling in front of him, and look at Lutz. He is even with Pastriak, and now goes by him like soda out of a shaken can.
Yes, he makes that pass and is able to pull up in front of him and get away pretty quick away from Pastriak. Both Emmerling and Lutz really on a tear down the backstretch. They are currently running 4th and 5th.
And Justin Bonsignor can look behind him and see a battle between Silk and Goodale. Eric Goodale wasn't a contender until that last pit stop. So I think the strategy of coming in early and making a tire change and then coming in late and making another one enabled Goodale to have a chance at a podium this afternoon. Swanson fighting with Pitcat. That is an intense battle. Here comes Swanson down low.
That's the race for the 8th spot with Pitcat and changing blows there through the first and second turn. Pitcat has got the position. Swanson right behind him, taking Jimmy Blewett, and a move by Kyle Bonsignor. Down underneath Blewett, skirts right by him to take the spot.
Let's see what Lutz can do against Emmerling as he gets in the shadow of his back bumper as they bullet their way into the corner. It is Lutz not gaining as much as he wants to. Pastriak holding off Meyer. Pitcat, a participant in that battle. Swanson going down low. He has been not bashful about going down low, but he couldn't get by Pitcat. Boy, it looks like Lutz, Pete, has almost caught the 07 of Emmerling.
Yes, that is a great battle for the 4th spot. Lutz is right there. You said he had the fastest lap not all that long ago.
And it is Lutz looking for leverage on the inside. Here comes Lutz making a power move as he blisters his way underneath Emmerling. He is almost there. They come off the corner, and that is too close to call according to our scoring. It is still Emmerling in front, but how much long Lutz takes over.
Yeah, and Emmerling comes right back as Lutz made that pass and slid up in front of him. Emmerling made the move to come back down and try to pass him again on the inside, but the crossover didn't move, and Lutz is solidly in the position.
It is Bonsignor still in the penthouse. Silk, he trails by the length of a light pole in second. Then it's Goodale, and the driver's putting on a show, running 4th and 5th. Craig Lutz and Patrick Emmerling. Maybe a show can develop behind him between Pastriak and Meyer. Myers is on fire, trying to get underneath Pastriak.
That is the same battle that we had before the caution, back when they were racing for the 3rd spot. And here comes Bert Myers, side by side with Chris Pastriak down into turn 3. That is a great battle for position, and Myers is able to get it.
The momentum for Myers, and now he is in the top 6. Emmerling in 5th, Lutz in 4th, and Bonsignor goes by one of the slower cars, no problem for him. And Justin Bonsignor went by Sapienza. So, could this race be decided by an air hose? A little littering in the pit box, and we'll see if Bonsignor can take it to the bank.
Setting a pretty good pace. Ron Silk not quite in striking position. Silk has got a comfortable lead over Eric Goodale, who runs third. But Silk just can't seem to close on Bonsignor. Bonsignor marches down into turn 3.
And here is Emmerling looking to pay back Craig Lutz for taking a position away from him and couldn't get serious enough to make the move. Matt Swanson having a good top 10 run. Doug Colby is all the way up to 8th. So Doug Colby still has 19 laps to go, and he is in 8th place, looking to get by the combination of Swanson and Myers.
Yeah, but Swanson cuts right down in front of him as he tries to go to get around Burt Myers and almost took out Doug Colby when he did. Swanson made like a high in the middle of the turn to try and get around Myers, and Colby was just about to pounce underneath Swanson.
I don't think Swanson knew Colby was there. So Colby had to back off, and now Swanson side by side with Myers. That means there's no place for Colby to go. He has a fast race car. Now he gets around Swanson, and he's going after Myers. And if he does, Doug Colby will be in 6th place with 16 laps to go.
Yeah, Swanson had to hold up a minute because Dave Sapienza, the lap car, was there. Look at Colby. Drives by Myers like he's standing still to take up the spot, and now tears down the backstretch.
It looked like the tires of Meyer were made of cement, and Colby was able to get by him. He is in 6th place, but he only has 15 laps left. And Justin Bonsignor, he is almost a half a speedway ahead of Colby.
Yeah, Bonsignor with that length of a lead, and of course, Colby's got 3/4 of a straightaway to catch Patrick Emmerling, who's the next car in front of him.
But Doug Colby, looking at the big picture, the more cars he can pass, the better he will stand as far as the championship is concerned. But right now, it's going to be very difficult for him to get somebody because Patrick Emmerling is about the length of a Tiger Woods drive in front of Colby. And Bonsignor, he approaches J.B. Fortin, goes high. Fortin goes down low, giving him plenty of room, and there is no issue there for Bonsignor. Ronnie Silk, and he put on a late charge. There is still time with 12 laps to go, and Ronnie Silk has had many fantastic finishes here at Thompson.
Just can't seem to close that gap, though, as Bonsignor has got about an 8 to 10 car length lead over him. He comes across the stripe to complete 139 laps, and Silk is pretty much going to hope for a miracle if he's going to catch the 51 at this point.
But we still have 10 laps to go, and this isn't like football where you can kneel down and run out the clock. You have to race every lap. Goodale in 3rd. Then we have Lutz and Emmerling. That is the most interesting battle on the track. And Colby, he is not giving up. So the 2-car has 10 laps left to try to gain a couple of positions.
Now, it would not be uncommon to have a really late race caution. This race has actually gone into overtime in the past. That would be to Colby's advantage. But as the laps continue to wind down, we've got just 9 laps to go as the leader makes his way down into turn 3.
And he is still looking pretty strong. The last caution came out on lap number 99. We've only had 2 cautions in this race. Now, Goodale, an interesting battle. Timmy Catalano is in front of him, and Sapienza. Bonsignor takes a high road, going 3 wide against lap traffic. So that is a daredevil move, and it's going to work. He gets by Timmy Salamito, and he is able to steer clear of the lap traffic, but that wasn't easy.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, he carried a lot of momentum into that turn, and he had no choice but to go 3 wide to get around those lap cars. Otherwise, he really would have had to jam on the brakes. So it didn't cost him much, maybe a car length and a half to run. Still stalking the 51, but he just can't seem to close on it.
That might have been one of the moves of the race right there. as Kyle Bonsignor Justin Bonsignor going 3 wide to keep his position. And Silk thought maybe he would able to pick up some ground. That was not the case. We go to Eric Goodale in third. And now it is Emmerling getting nudged by Lutz. So a little Woody Woodpecker action at the back bumper of the Lutz, the 07. The yellow comes out with 4 to go. So a dramatic plot twist. That was a pretty good battle between Emmerling and Lutz. But the yellow is out.
Missing a shift, getting out of the groove, whatever the case may be. So restarts can be tough, particularly when there's so much pressure in the fact that this is an overtime restart. So it'll be interesting to see.
Remember the green-white checker a few years ago, Ronnie Silk against Rowan Pennock, and Pennock jumped the start, and Ronnie Silk was able to win.
Here they come. Green flag is in the air. And Bonsignor gets back out in front, gets a pretty good shove from Craig Lutz at the green, and now the...
So it is the 51 of Bonsignor. Here comes Silk. Goodale getting by Lutz. Emmerling trying to get by Lutz.
Here comes Bonsignor clear in that lead, gets the white flag, 1 more lap to go. And he is cleanly in the lead with Silk running second.
Next flag will end the race. Here is Bonsignor as he is able to lightning bolt his way into the third corner. Silk in second. Here comes Bonsignor. He will take the 5th. 5 wins in a row at Thompson for Justin Bonsignor in his first win of 2019. Ron Silk in second. Eric Goodale in third. Patrick Emmerling in fourth. Doug Colby picked up a position to move into 5th. Burt Meyer 6th. Matt Swanson 7th. Finishing in 8th, it is Woody Pitcat. In 9th, Chris Patriak. In 10th, Jimmy Blewett. In 11th, Sammy Ramo. In 12th, Kyle Benjamin. In 13th, Craig Lutz. In 14th, Kyle Bonsignor. In 15th, Timmy Salamito. In 16th, Blake Barney. John McKennedy was 17th. Tommy Catalano was 18th. In 19th was Calvin Carroll. In 20th, Dave Sapienza. In 21st, J.B. Fortin. In 22nd, Anthony Nacella. Wade Cole was next. Then in 26th, Melissa Fifield. Then it was Andrew Krause. And Rob Summers finished 28th. Victory celebration for Justin Bonsignor, as it didn't look like he had enough to derail Doug Colby, but the pit stop on lap 100 decided.
Thank you.